Hello, welcome. I need to figure out what YouTube did. So hopefully people can come over because I don't know what's going on. Can you hear me? Oh, shit. Oh, sorry about my language. This is getting frustrating because I used to be able to get on no problem. You guys can hear me. Edit. Can you hear me? Why aren't you working? I don't know if anybody can hear me. Please let me know if you can hear me. I don't see my green things going up and down like I usually do. And okay, thank you, Angie, because the green thing on the bottom of the screen is not showing up. Thank you for hopping over. I'm really getting frustrated. I don't know what they changed. They're saying you need a live streaming key program. I'm like, what? I thought you guys could do it. That was an option. So I guess they're making everybody use something like StreamYard. Just let me know if I'm waiting for people to hang over here. And I might just make this video on the list. I don't know. No, we'll just put it up there. This is life as going live on a show there's things get changed on you, especially when with a live show, there's not much prep. I hope so too. That's why I wrote in the notification of the other one, hey, I'm opening a new one because I don't understand why YouTube's asking for this other thing now. And I don't know what everybody else has used besides StreamYard. I didn't really like StreamYard in a sense. So I don't know what people use. All right. And of course, life is busy here. Getting ready to, I already have like half my office here packed up. So I have boxes all over it. But I'm not packing up certain things into the last possible moment. So there is that. But yeah, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And may I ask a favor, please? Is message the friends and let them know I am here. I'm still having this live. Please let the your friends know that I am going live over here, because if you go live right away, YouTube is fine. But when you schedule it out, it's asking for a stream key or a stream program. I'm like, but I thought I could just go live. So I apologize if this happened again this week, of course, again. But hopefully people will find the new one, the right one, and see my note in the other one. And hopefully you guys can hear me fine, because I don't see any green dots. I have so doing a live show is pretty simple for me, especially these ones, which is good in a sense. When I'm busy, I can just get on here, write a list with you guys, and do my thing. But excuse me, sometimes I get loose when I don't look at the YouTube studio a lot, and I've realized I can't it'll be very overwhelming. Oh, thank you very much, Angie. So I hope Sherry comes over, because I know she was over on the other one chit-chatting with you, which like I said, I needed to go troubleshoot it after this. But yeah, I've been busy. Also, the thing is that a friend of a friend that I got to know very well, so she's kind of now my friend too, she asked me to make her a custom spiral brown planner. So I have that project in the works as well. But luckily, I told her, hey, just let you know, I am moving, but I will try to get this done before July starts because she wanted one from July to July. But she says, oh, no, don't worry. I have an 18-month one here that I can use all the way to the end of the year. So, but, so you can make it to August. Okay. I started working on that project. Yeah. And then the thing is also I'm trying to, I think I approached my shop a little wrong than I thought I could. So now I need to, excuse me, how does that, now I need to figure out how to get the whole big picture out there and then do the opposite of what I thought. So basically, I've always wanted to make customizable print planner stuff for people because everybody plans differently. But I thought, oh, I just need to put in there these inserts. Apparently, not everybody does inserts. So I'm just putting it out there and pray for me that as I move and figure out things, we'll go from there. Okay. It's been about 5 minutes. Hopefully everybody gets the notifications. So this week is list 48, which may take me a while because it's going to take a lot of brainstorming on my part. List the things you'll think you want out of life 5 years from now. Then thank you, Angie. All right. It's not focusing very fastly. All right, here we go. They take action is as this thing decides to focus for you. There she is. Hey, Sherry. There is anything that you can do now that you think of the future to be grateful for. Take one step this week to move towards your future goals. Everything starts with baby steps. So this concept is kind of like making your New Year's resolutions every year, but also some people do. And then I wanted to use this washi, but I couldn't find anything to match it. So this doesn't have any metals on it. And I thought it was a good, match. It has the peaches in it. And so I thought it matched the rose gold here. To be pain free. Yeah. So it could be anything, not just health. It could be mental health wise. It can be your own passions. Like, you would like to help people in such and such way. Trying to line this up. Mental health, yeah. So I'm trying to think. When I think of goals, I also think of, I'm such a worker, ambitious person. It's all the way over there. This is the problem of having two desks that are not next to each other. There, it worked. Financial security is another good one. So yeah, if you start thinking of projects, or like you want to travel to see, I don't know, Korea, or you want to go travel and see Japan, or whatever it is once the pandemic, like if think in 5 years that the pandemic has calmed down, which we're almost done on that road being back, but or is it to travel United States, visit all 50 states and national parks, and what is your passions as well, not just I gotta put this book aside because we're gonna be futz in here. Hey, Tamika. Okay. To be alive. Of course, Sherry. Of course. Everybody wants to be alive too. Yeah. So it's not just, your health in a sense, but also try to think of things that you like your bucket list. But is that bucket list not a simple thing? Like, okay, in a sense, like you want to go travel, but you are it's hard for you to walk or go hiking and so forth like that, those long walks that some traveling things take. Think of like, okay, so for 5 years, if I want to take this trip, I need to start doing this. I need to start. This is what my doctor wants me to do. And because it takes so many baby steps to get fit or, get to where you have that stamina and endurance to do so. Which one of my 5-year goals is not, yes, it's health related, but it's more of I want to reverse something that I didn't know I had or I have, and I'm unable to reverse it. So, and besides being it connected to my PCOS as well. All right, so let me write this down. You guys start thinking of, either throw out categories or your things that you want out of life in 5 years while I write this. When I'm done here, I'll look up at all your comments. Don't worry. It's supposed to be R. Okay. Oh, all right. Put that down. Okay. So and so okay, I think I'm spelling this right. Resistance. So there's that. Hold on. I think I'm still going. Okay. There's one of mine. In 5 years now. All right. I have to write past future. Like I have written 1, 3, or 5 novels. We're quiet. I guess we're writing in our list. Have your house pay off? That is a good one. I don't think if I'm making enough money to help the hubby, I hope we do, but I don't think we'll have the house paid off by then. That's a good one. To be debt free. Yes. Yeah, if you say to now, here's a thing. When you think debt free, do you think just no credit card payments, no car payments, no personal loan payments, just your mortgage and your insurances and taxes? I'm wondering about that because some people, it's like everything, including the mortgage. Some people are like, oh, everything but the mortgage is in, other. But some people are like everything but mortgage and car because they're considered a necessity almost in our day and age. So That would be great. I'm gonna write that one down because it'd be my husband would be less stressful. He'd be less stressful in life if we had money, and then I would be less stressful because then I can get whatever I want at the grocery store. I have he's been telling me I've been spending a little too much on the grocery bill, and so I have this mentality, and it's just a trigger from my childhood to be feeling starved all the time. So, as an adult, I wanted to make sure I was fully stocked kitchen every single time, so then I don't freak out that I won't starve. So I didn't realize it. So lately it's been like working through that anxiety lately of that. So all the traumas of our childhood sometimes reflect of what we do as an adult and such. Like I told him, I buy these things because my mom never, or when growing up, we never had these this often or such. All right. To have my planner company bring me a good salary. I think what else would I want out of life in 5 years? Oh, to have my dream vacation of driving all 50 states or travel. I don't know if I want to drive. You can't drive to Hawaii. No student loan debt. Yes, that is a good one. Retirement or huh, is that retirement, Tamika? Retirement? Yeah, I think you missed a T. Let me know if I all right. So, to have a drink, drive or travel all 50 states of the US. Okay. I like driving. Yes. Oh yeah. That's another thing is like I do have a little bit of when I was working a normal, 40-hour week job. I do have a 401k and or now it's considered a IRA because it got switched over from not laid off and quit and so forth, and I haven't been a W-2 employee for now 6 years. So when we moved here was 6 years ago. All right. Let's see. Was there anything else? I know I want to travel. Oh, and then to travel to Europe. These are on my bucket list though for life in a sense as well, but it'd be nice to get them done and then have new ones. That's the thing is like you make this list and it's never I don't worry if it doesn't happen, or if it does happen, you will always think of new goals and bucket lists that you want to do or projects you want to do. Think of that, all the things you would love to find your passion and your why and how you want to do that in life. The friend who I'm customizing the planner, and she has a um, is it their mission for the year or motto for the year? Finding your why and your passion, but also finding that why and passion to where you're helping the community or your country or your family or, the the universe or the world, or think of that. What's your passion? And don't give up. You'll figure out how. You'd be surprised what people are willing to pay you for. But of course, and you got to just show them that you're giving them something of value in what they want or need in life. And everybody has something uniquely to be. I think our economy would be a whole lot better if we all fixed on our speciality and such, that, how do I say, we focus on our passion or our um, talents, that we're all unique enough that there'll be some overlapping, but there's also some where it's niched down. You're an old and boring. Come on, Angie. You have your planner. You love your planner. I even planned it during COVID, which was I was trying to perplex when people say, "Oh, I don't have nothing to plan." And I'm like, "Yeah, you do. What do you still work if you're working from home? There's a lot of things to track and keep track of and plan. It's also a little bit of journaling, but yeah, I am hoping, because I've had stress on my body is not good. I get inflammation, I get pain, I get anxiety attacks. Those butterflies so strong that you'll get nauseated and all that kind of stuff. Um, Good and the bad. I had a good attack this morning, but I had a bad one a week ago. So it's just like my husband's like, "What? You're having anxiety because you're so excited?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's the same feeling, honey, but it just depends on how you're feeling." Um, Anyways, so I believe when you yes, I believe it's not. I know it's not for everyone, that when you have a goal and you work towards that purpose and that goal, that you feel more fulfilled in life. But you need to make sure you're listening to your intuition and your true heart to know what that is, to work towards it. And sometimes you won't discover it for years, and that's fine. But it's great to write down things so then you can look back on it and say, "Oh, I actually did this, this, and this. Is kind of cool that I wrote about it." And some people do this. They write about, "I want to do this in 5 years," stashed away. And then they come back like, "Oh, that actually happened. That actually happened." And they never planned for it. It just, they put it in, gave it to God, say, "Hey, God, I would like to do this." And then it came back. Of course. And everybody has their different purposes in planning. I just, how to describe it? I don't like how people say it's just for appointments and such, but it could be also like journaling what you did, track what you did during the day, what rooms you cleaned, what exercises you did, what food did you eat, um did you read that day, did you do some crocheting, did you watch what TV shows you watch. It's fun to keep track of those things because it's like a memory keep, but you're recording as it happens. But then when you go back and you look at it, you're like, "Oh, cool, look what I did 5 years ago. Look, cool, look what happened." And you're like, "Oh yeah, I remember that day," and everything like that. Where some people it's pictures. So for us, it's planners that we have to write it down and we'll remember it. We don't need a picture for it. And some people put pictures in their planners. That's great too. That's mixing the two. And some people just have scrapbooks to, or picture albums to remind them of that thing. We just found a new way is by keeping track of what we're planning. And hey, we can look back in a couple of years. Oh, that's what I had for that year. So it's just a concept and everything. All right, I'm gonna try to think of one more so I can let, don't want to, gab your ear off too much. Wonder how Miss Christie is doing. If I remember last week, she was traveling. Wonder how long they were going to take getting home. But yeah, I hope I made sense. I can sometimes just gab, 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 gab. All right, one more. Say I'll be 45. Hmm. You think they're still traveling too? Yeah, I bet she's having fun. Excuse me. Yeah. No, I need to. I'll, I'll see. Probably when we're done moving to see how much my husband is. And actually, my husband got a guided journal planner thing. And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I wanted to try this. I realized I like writing things down more than typing and going, what does that sound like?" Yeah, your wife does that because that's how she feels. So he got the little planner, but of course, this one is really cutely themed towards D&D, that fantasy D&D, Dungeons& and Dragons type of thing, and I do wanna, do a flip through and show it off before he starts writing in it, but I thought it was a pretty cool, like, daily undated daily pages things besides your top 3, it had a few little journal prompts and so forth like that, so David is a little sad about the move because we has to switch schools and all that kinda stuff, and he won't be with his friends. Robert's finally like, we went and saw the house again Friday night to take some measurements just to double check a few things if we have to buy as we move and so forth like that to budget. And Robert got really excited because we were like, okay, this is going to be your new room, and this will be John. We got the boys to figure out, okay, is this okay for your room and this and that, and so forth. Um, but the good thing is they and then John, we were packing, and we had to tell John, "No, just throw everything. We're taking everything. We're not leaving things here for the other kids. We are taking everything. Let's go." Start putting things in boxes. So he's starting to get the ideas. For John, it's like really hard for him to click because of his brain and his audio processing that what you're explaining is that no, everything is going. He thought when we told him just pick out your favorite toys, he's used to hearing that for vacation, which when we were saying you're just picking out toys to fit in a backpack. So they are finally understanding. The two younger ones are a little bit more excited. The teenager or preteen, so he's acting so much like a preteen. He's okay. He knows he's going to miss his friends, but I told him make sure you have their information and you should be fine. So going from there, yeah. All right. And so he is that's what's going on. So my oldest David is having a little bit of a trouble. What is it with the month of May for me? I'm either like super busy or yeah, I'm always last couple years I've been super busy where I don't write in my planner or don't do a lot in my planner and I'm going, why is this theme happening for me? But I am grateful that I stuck through these lives when I got super busy. Yeah, and the thing is, Angie, I've never had to do this as growing up as a kid, and my husband did it only when he was in kindergarten. He had to switch schools, and that was it, from Nevada to Oregon. And after that, he hasn't done it much. So this is kind of like a little new to us. Where my dad being, my grandpa was in the Air Force when my dad was growing up, so my dad was used to changing schools every 2 years or 3 years, depending on where he was stationed, and it was like always a totally different state. It's not like across a different town. It was always a different state and so forth when my dad. So my dad has had experience and I've heard the stories from that. So my husband and I are because this is for a community that we're moving to is going to be a whole lot quieter, a lot more kids. Um and we are on a dead end road. Um so we're not going to get a lot of traffic that I am hoping that this will be our home until at least all the kids get through high school. So crossing my fingers. It feels a lot, and that's why I think I'm excited because I finally get my little privacy in my paradise, and I'm okay with that. Even though we're gonna still have to update maybe a few things in that house, but it's okay because I have the location was it's perfect for me. It's like I have my paradise. So I'm looking forward to my quiet little backyard with a covered porch. So I can go out when it's raining, enjoy the rain. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Hey, my parents especially are like, well, why are you moving? You don't have to, there's not a size thing or anything like that. And we're like, well, we save money. And actually, we found a home that is, yeah, it's not as updated as ours. It doesn't have a brand new, kitchen or anything like that, but it is still a nice kitchen. It will last. It's just let's just say some people think having nice things is where you're supposed to be at, where no, just having like the top end things like the quartz countertops and the same steel appliances and the Joneses, I call it. I'm like, no, as long as it's usable and it's awesome. But I do have people in my family that think about the Joneses and you have to be up to those Joneses. And I'm like, no, no, I am going to miss my double oven. But if when we update the little gas oven stove, it's one of the ones that, uh, then I know to look for. There's now they make them a little like a pizza oven on top and a regular oven on bottom. So yeah, I agree, Sherry, because I feel like I'm in a fishbowl at this location. I have a busy street in front of me where people cut through to go to the other. The blocks are so huge that there's only a few that streets connected, north to south, east, and west, and plus I have a school in my back of the property with no privacy. I don't have any. For the last 6 years, I've been trying to fight Nathan on how to make it where I don't feel like the parking lot can see me and I can't enjoy my backyard except for in the summertime when hopefully nobody sees me from the street across the way. So I'm looking forward to my smaller. Yes, it's a little bit smaller backyard and smaller property. No, bigger house, smaller. It feels like smaller property, but it's the same, almost the same size, but it's bigger house too. Anyways, I'm Gabby. I'm trying to think of my last one here. So I don't think we're gonna move in 5 years. So we crossed that off the list. We got all my dream vacations, being debt free, making some more money, um, seeing if getting the stories out of my head make me happy, and hopefully, if I make money off of it, great. For my health, what else? Do you guys think anything more? Should I just leave this last one blank? Yeah, I'm about that. I love like just sitting on the furniture in the back, drinking your coffee or your tea and your jammies or your robe, whichever. I am been eyeing some patio furniture as well, so I can go sit out there and be more comfortable than what I have now is just a picnic table. So it's kind of nice that I can actually have a big a deck patio thing that's big enough to put nice furniture on, not just a small deck. I'm used to small decks that can barely fit a chair. It only fits it. The last couple of times, it's only like a chair or two, and not an entire like dining room set. I love that about my mother-in-law's house is that in her backyard she has this deck with the dining room set and more chairs, lounging chairs around too. So she loves entertaining in her backyard, and I really enjoy her backyard too. But it's hot. She doesn't have like an awning covering her deck or anything like that. She has neighbors' trees when the sun hits a certain point, but other than that, it gets super hot in the middle of the day. So I'm like, nah. Anyways, I painted my nails too, and I feel like this is not quite mixing well with my colors. It looks like a bit peachy than pink. And orange and yellows never really go with my skin tones really well. So I'm debating that. That's my question to you guys. So when you have a nail color that didn't work with your complexion, but you thought it looked good in the bottle, but when it dries, it doesn't look so good. Do you guys like toss it or do you find a friend that will enjoy it? What do you think? You don't think it's bad. Yeah, well, peachy colors are not my favorite colors either, but it's if I really wear yellow, I look like I have jaundice. It's that bad. My skin looks I have that complexion that it's so how to describe it? I have to wear cool colors because then I'll look more like more things. A friend or just to pass it on. You haven't had ever. Let's just say I walk by it. I see, is it on sale or not? Is there any cool colors? Okay, no, keep on going. And that's what I do. And I easily have a dozen or two colors, but I've noticed painting my nails makes it stronger for me. I break if I don't have anything on covering this or anything, my nails split and all that kind of stuff. They break off easily. I've done the botine kind of stuff. It's okay, but I have that I've realized it's more of a topical thing. So I have the Sally Hansen Complete Care that I put on first. Then I put my base coat and then I put my color on. And it's like I don't like shiny nails, so putting color on kind of helps me feel like okay, it's muted and all that kind of stuff. So that was my little girly question of the day. All right. Is there anything else? No, I'm just now that I'm moving, but also I have this project. Oh, and I am planning next quarter this week as well, or at least I'm supposed to because this heart readings week where we usually start planning for the next week. So I'm be working on my goal plans too. So I guess I'm going to be stuck in my office for a couple of days. Oh, it just takes practice, Tamika. I was horrible at first too. And look, the funny thing is, this is the day after. I did this yesterday. They were all over here, but the thing is after having it on for almost 24 hours and taking a shower will like peel off the ones that are on your skin. I've heard people do is around their skin, on the skin part, not the nails. They put Vaseline down so then it's easy to slough off the accidents or the overpaints or outside the lines. Trust me, I totally get that. Like I have some right here that I haven't peeled off. So I hear you on that. I had a lot of practice, especially with my left hand. And I think that's probably, it wasn't too bad. I can write in my left hand. Looks like I have in kindergarten. All right. So hopefully for next week, definitely keep following me on Instagram or my Facebook group. I'll keep you posted about this or Discord. I think the links to all that fun stuff is in the description of my so it'll be there. If not, I'll double check when I go back to edit this. But next week, if no move is happening, folks, okay. List 49. List the things you are ready to rid yourself of. Think of things in your home, in your closet, and in your heart. Ooh, declutterization. All right. Well, since we have Gab, thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for hanging out with me this week, this evening, this afternoon. And hopefully I'll figure out why I can't go live from a scheduled YouTube live. So instead of making a new one. So hopefully I'll figure out my problem for that. Anyways, thank you for hanging out with me. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.